Believe it or not, the harsh truth is that who you spend time with, your friends, actually make or break whether or not you succeed. That's right, your friends truly shape your future, and I'm gonna explain how. Hey, my name is Arjun Mahadevan, and I'm the founder and CEO of Doula.com, a business in a box for e-commerce. Doula is a venture-backed tech startup here in New York City that's raised over $13 million of venture capital from some of the world's best investors, including Y Combinator, Nexus Venture Partners, HubSpot Ventures, and notable angel investors like Cody Sanchez, Graham Stephan, Sahil Bloom, Dharmesh Shah, and more. And by the end of this video, I promise you're gonna understand how your friends actually shape your future. And the first thing I'll walk through is, what is the Five Chimps Theory? This is actually the theory that explains how important friends are. I'll then walk through how this relates to entrepreneurship with a wild story on how I saw this happen in my life. And then the third thing I'll run through is the importance of choosing your chimps in the physical world and in the virtual world. In zoology, there was a study that was done on 5 chimps. And what they did is, in a zoo, they found that if you study 5 chimps, you can actually predict the behavior of the 5th chimp by looking at the behavior of the 4 other chimps. That's right. Do the 4 other chimps wake up early? Do the 4 other chimps make loud noises? Do the 4 other chimps like to read? Yeah, whatever the chimps do, you could actually predict what the 5th chimp would do without even looking at the 5th chimp, just by looking at the 4 other chimps it spends the most time with. That theory applies to life as well. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And you've probably seen this. If you have friends around you who are healthy, you, as the 5th chimp, are likely to be more healthy. If you have friends who have bad habits on Saturday evenings, you likely, as the 5th chimp, will have bad habits too on Saturday evenings. If you have friends who like to read sci-fi, yeah, chances are you probably like to read sci-fi too. Now, let me tell you a wild story of how this ties to entrepreneurship in my life. I went to school at the University of Pennsylvania. I studied mathematics and statistics in the college and in the Wharton School of Business. And when I graduated, I started to work at a company called Dropbox in San Francisco. Now, at the time, I had a circle of friends who were all starting jobs in San Francisco at the similar time. And we actually all lived together in one house. Now, here's the wild thing. Fast forward 5+ years from then, every person in that house started a company. That wasn't an accident. The reason why is that was a group of chimps. And those chimps saw one chimp start the business, and they saw that chimp around them. And before you knew it, every single chimp had started an actual business. A few of us got into Y Combinator. Other people just started their own solo businesses. It was insane to see. But that to me was just such an incredible example of, you truly are the average of the people you spend time with. And there was no surprise that being in the same house as those people, having those types of conversations, it rubbed off on each of us. And it pushed each of us to level up and go after that thing of entrepreneurship. I'm sure a very similar thing could happen if you live with a group of friends who are all lawyers. Chances are, those were your chimps. And that's exactly what happened. Now, I've seen this play out in my life, and I challenge you to look at your own friend group. Who are your 5 chimps? And you'll probably start to see you're pretty damn similar to the chimps around you, your closest friends. So now I want to tie it to why it's so important to choose your 5 chimps carefully. The physical world is kind of obvious. Who are the 5 people you actually spend the most time with? But here's the thing. In today's day and age, you actually have to be incredibly careful about who you are spending time with virtually. That means zoom out and think, who am I in group chats with? Who do I follow on Twitter? Who do I follow on LinkedIn? What news sources do I read? What information do I consume? Because the truth is, you might think your thoughts are original. Not true. Every single thought we have is downstream of the information that you consume. That comes from friends, that comes from news sources. So I challenge you in both aspects of your life. Physically, who are you actually spending physical time with? Whether you like it or not, that will shape your future. And then I challenge you, in a virtual world, in terms of information you are consuming, are you consuming information that is rubbing off you in a positive way or a negative way? You are downstream of the information you consume. So tailor who you follow on social, tailor how you spend time consuming news, and you'll notice your thoughts will start to change, and hey, that can make or break the trajectory of your life. So in summary, the 5 chimps theorem says you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This has such a massive impact on how you shape and grow as a person. Seriously, take a look at your friends. And the last thing is, be hyper intentional about your 5 chimps in the real world and your 5 chimps in the virtual world. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we'll be releasing more content just like this, where I'll be giving you an unfiltered, behind the scenes look of what my life is like building and scaling Doula here in New York City. including the challenges the team faces on a daily basis, how we acquire customers, how we've raised funding, my favorite growth hacks, my morning routine, and more. So please like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be putting out content on the regular. And speaking of entrepreneurs, if you yourself are a founder looking to either start a new business or scale an existing business, Doula is your business-in-a-box solution. We've helped over 10,000 entrepreneurs from over 175 countries focus on what they do best, so Doula can handle the rest, the unsexy yet critical back office required for any business. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.